I'm a towering mountain of ignorance and all simplicity is a lie. Hey Dave. One of my favorite Hank Green sayings, right? So in this Nancy Pearl Book Lust journal, there's this reading rule recommendation called the Rule of the 50, which is related to giving books a chance before you put them down. She says one should never finish a book one is not enjoying. So everyone below 50 years of age should read 50 pages before deciding to continue, and anyone above that age should subtract from 100, and that is the number of page one should read before deciding. She says we should also factor in our mood because that can change whether or not a person likes a book. I haven't really followed this rule. I'm more often likely to deep dive in every single book that I decide to read instead of saying on like the commitment level of entertainment as a whole. Come to think of it, I really wasn't taught in school the how of how to read a book, and we more were just taught how to analyze a material. You don't learn about the approaches in school. Perhaps giving a book 50 pages is like watching a game's intro gameplay, or decide to play the beginning of the game before deciding to continue on. But I don't think I've ever done that for a video game that I've ever played, like story-wise. Unless maybe it was like somewhere in a shop where I decided to play an Xbox that was there. Well, there were probably some, I've just probably forgotten. It's probably the completionist in me, right, and wanting to experience the story in its entirety as well as record it for the first time in its entirety as I've been doing since 2004. I think it'd be really valuable to figure out this giving everything a chance before deciding to continue it mindset for just about everything as you mentioned. It's like a hell yeah measurement gut feeling. I was trying to think of an example of like a big failure judgment thing on my part. So really enjoying board games most of my life, I'd never really gotten into the more Dungeons and Dragons team-oriented, building the board sort of games. More like the games that are regular, like Sorry or Yahtzee or Scrabble. About a year ago, one of my friends was talking about Dungeons and Dragons and how much he enjoyed stuff. And a local restaurant that I was going at near work that I had lunch at all the time was holding a game night. And it ruled, especially because somehow the collaborative effort to destroy monsters had never entered my brain for some odd reason. It's weird. I never considered it. I definitely forgive this don't judge a book by its cover mindset more easily with things than with people because people are a much more complicated story. And you know, people have narratives and thoughts and feelings and stuff, and a book doesn't. It just sits there, really. I have no idea the stories that people are facing. Recently reflecting on Mountains Beyond Mountains, which I finished yesterday while watching my brother play Red Dead Redemption 2. There are just so many ways to see and listen to other stories with my limited attention. Most importantly, real stories, but in addition to that, fictional ones which speak a lot of truth about life. It solidifies me in prioritizing listening. My resources and thoughts go where my attention goes, or where I choose to put my attention. I'm not incapable of complexity, so I think that my mindset and my listening should aim for that as well. Even when I'm wrong about stuff, right? That seems like a healthy level of discomfort to maintain, to see how my judgments fail me, and I can still stand by the principles that I choose, even when I fail at stuff. Loving what I'm doing and giving it a chance based on what I know, rather than judging it based on so little and what I don't know, matters to me. Thanks for that consideration, Dave. That's important. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you on Thursday.